Hey, welcome to the 845 Sports Nation podcast. I'm Sal Introdonato. We're here to preview week 4 game of the week. It's Monroe-Woodbury traveling to Warwick, and we have Monroe-Woodbury quarterback Mike Zrelak, and we have Warwick linebacker Jake Durie here to talk about the matchup, Friday night's matchup at Warwick. Warwick is 3-0 heading into this game. They're undefeated. I believe they're 3-0 for the first time since 2018, and the Crusaders are 0-2, but they've had two tough games that they played early in the season, and looking to notch their first win. Guys, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, maybe we could, Mike. Maybe we could start with you a little bit. We were talking about, I guess your game week one for you guys is Cornwall, right? And then week 2, you have a cancellation in Section 9. You guys are looking for an opponent, and you find out maybe Wednesday or Thursday that you're going to go up to Johnson City and play Corning. Just talk about what that week was like for you guys and how you guys were able to even just get that game in. For a senior, it had to be good that you didn't lose a game during your senior season, right?
Definitely. In the beginning of the week, come in Sunday, getting ready to play Valley Central on Friday, and then you get a coach sends a message out saying they can't play because they have COVID. So it's like, wow, we only had 3 home games to begin with. Now we only have 2. So we lose a game for the week. I think coaches are trying all week. Everyone on the staff was trying to get a game, texting friends, old friends they haven't talked to in a while. And then eventually Coach Sierra was able to get a match on Wednesday night, early Thursday morning. And basically on 2 days' notice, we traveled about 2 hours up to Johnson City, get a somewhat of game plan in to play Corning on Saturday.
Yeah, I guess like you said, in that situation, right? I mean, you guys will do whatever it takes just to play, right? Because the last season was cut short, and just to get those games that you worked so hard to play in the preseason and the couple weeks of this season in, right?
Yeah, definitely. This year, at least we have a full season. Last year was tough with only the 6-7 games. But I'm definitely glad we were able to not lose a week and get another game because all the more reps we get, the better we'll get as a team.
No doubt. Jake, Warwick's off to a 3-0 start, and it seems like, man, you guys have. I saw you guys play Valley Central. That was a little bit of a wild game for the opener. Then you won the Spirit Trophy at Goshen, and then last week you played Washingtonville, and Washingtonville, gave you all they had in that game. So do you feel like you're pretty prepared going into this? This is the opener, the Class AA opener for both teams. Do you feel like you're pretty prepared going in for this game, considering the schedule that you played?
Yeah, I mean, beginning of the year, like looking at those first 3 games, those are games that we kind of expected to win, that we wanted to win going into these big AA games. We know what Monroe can bring to the table. We played them last year. They're a great team, so we've been getting prepared all week.
Jake, maybe you could talk about the move up, right? You guys have been in Class A, and this year you move up to AA, and you have Monroe, you have Newburgh, you have Middletown. Those are really solid teams that have been in the mix for forever, it seems like. How did you guys what was your mindset going into this season? Like you said, you had the 3 games to get ready for this AA schedule. What was your thoughts on moving up this year for your senior year?
It was a big move, but at the same time we were ready. I mean, last year, like, you had all these juniors and sophomores that were playing varsity that we didn't really have that much of a season. So it was like we were still playing some of these AA schools like we played Monroe last year. But we were definitely ready, and we definitely want the challenge of playing in AA.
Gotcha. Mike, maybe you can give us a little insight on what we're going to see from the Crusaders. We're not going to ask for any play calls, Mike, or anything like that, but maybe you could, give us a little insight on what you guys have on offense and, what you guys are looking to do to get things going for you guys.
Sure. So we run our triple option offense. The past few weeks, kind of have a lot of young guys on the team as we graduated, a lot of seniors. So it's really just with this offense, it's repetition, getting like everyone on the same page. So really the past 2 weeks, we've just been trying to get everyone on the same page so we can run the offense as efficient as possible. And that's what we are looking to do this Friday. Just get everyone in sync and just perfect the offense.
Gotcha. The last time I saw you guys play, Mike, was your sophomore year. You guys weren't running a triple. You were running a spread, right?
Yes, we were in the spread at the time. When Baldock left, he left with the spread. So Jerry obviously saw that fit to come in and just pick up where we left off with the kids. We already knew how to run the spread, so we ran the spread. And then with the group of kids we had last year, we were better fit to run the triple option, so we switched to the triple option.
How much? I watch a lot of triple option with Army. How have you kind of studied the offense, and what have you watched to because there's a lot involved in that, especially when you take it to the high school level too. I mean, it's a lot to learn and get right. It seems.
Speaking of Army, that's kind of where we got the example from. We watch a lot of the Army film to kind of try and replicate it ourselves. But it's really just Coach Sierra watched the Army, kind of took some from other triple option offenses and just threw it all together. And I think we have a really good game plan put together, and the offense will run well. We just need to get everyone on the same page.
Jake, what do you see in defending a triple option? You got to be aware of the quarterback. You got to wear the fullback, and then you got to wear the pitch guy, and then maybe a play action pass every once in a while. Talk to us about how you're preparing for Monroe-Woodbury's offense.
Yeah, we're just on film, like we see what they're running. We know their triple option from last year, and we know they got guys. They got athletes at every position, so we're just trying to do our best to match them and be able to shut down every component that they can have.
Do you watch any Army games, Jake, to look at how they're running it or anything, or are you just focused on the Warwick film, so to speak?
I haven't watched any Army compared to them, but I definitely I've been watching their film. We know what they're gonna bring to the table, and they've perfected it perfectly. So we're gonna try our hardest to shut that down.
Nice. Mike, maybe you can give some love to the defensive side of the ball for you guys. I know that Cornwall game was a really tight game that could have gone either way. Talk about the efforts of your defense so far, and maybe a few guys we should keep an eye on.
Our defense does a great job week in, week out. Our coaches put together a good game plan for the defense. Mike Skank, senior middle linebacker, he definitely controls the linebacker and secondary core. He has those guys on their tasks and know what they're doing. And along with Connor Fitzgibbon back at safety, he's a young guy, he's a junior, but he's been doing a great job at secondary, and I think he's had a pick in the first and second game. So I definitely have a lot of faith in our defense. It's really just the offense. We need to pick those guys up because they've kept us in a lot of games.
Nice. Jake, yeah, I've seen a couple of your games early in the season. It seems like, man, I was talking to Coach Sirico after the opener against Valley Central, and you have a Warwick team that's passing the ball. You have a Warwick team that Nick DeMarco's slinging it all over. It seems like, the running game, you guys have guys that can run the ball, but it seems like the passing game has really been the focus this year. Talk about that and what the offense has done in the first 3 games.
Yeah, we tried to get that started up last spring, throwing the ball more than Warwick typically has in the past. And this year we just, we got the athletes to run the routes and catch the ball, and we know Nick can sling it. So we've kind of just rolled with that.
Yeah. Wide receiving core, Nick Semineta, Ryan McLaughlin, Skylar Rodriguez, right? Who am I missing any? Tell me if I'm missing anybody.
We also have Justin Hurd.
That's Justin Hurd. Gotcha. And Nick's had a really good start. I think he's been pretty much over 200 yards for each of the first 3 games. Man, the end of that game, the end of the first half against Washingtonville was pretty impressive. Jake, I don't know if you caught that with the 2-minute drill. You guys took 2 plays. You went 60 yards, both completions to Simonetta, 1 for a touchdown. I mean, it seems like, when the pressure's on, the offense is performing, and, the defense came up. How about your guy, Travis Ellis, with the scoop and score in that second half?
Yeah, Tyler's really.
Oh, Tyler Ellis. Tyler Ellis. I apologize.
He's worked hard to get where he is. He came in last year as a junior. He started for us, and he progressed throughout the year. And this year, he's really come on strong with the senior year. And he couple plays before that, he had a ball where he wanted to pick it up, but the quarterback fell on it, and he told me he was going to go get it and take it to the house, and he ended up doing that. So,
Tyler, all apologies. I talked to you after the game. I apologize for that, and that was his first touchdown since modified. So that's to be a good feeling.
So,
what was that? I'm sorry.
when he was down, he played running back over in modified, but once we like worked our way up through high school, you know, he was only on defense. So.
Gotcha. Mike, talk to us a little bit about what it's like to play for Monroe-Woodbury. I know you got some time in earlier in your career and just the football tradition of Monroe. I'm guessing that you probably played coming up through youth football. And what's that like? Because we know Monroe traditionally is one of the has a lot of history of winning Section 9 championships, of going to the state tournament and going deep into the state tournament. Talk to us a little bit about what it's like to be a Crusader.
I'd be a Crusader. I've played my whole life throughout Pop Warner all the way up through the system. I've been here pretty much my whole life. Definitely a lot of pride being a Crusader, as we have a great history you talked about. And we have a lot of section titles, but in recent years, we haven't been able to get the job done, and we're looking to do that this year, as we've fallen short the past, I think, 8 years.
I know that your sophomore year there, the last time there was a full season, you guys had a nice win over Newburgh to get to the Section 9 championship. And I know that that's a game that, you know, Newburgh and Monroe is a big rivalry game. And I thought that was a big win for you. You guys ran into a triple option offense in your sophomore year, right? In Pine Bush. And they had Gunnar Meelan, who just was, I mean, Gunnar Meelan as a fullback was one of the best fullbacks I've seen in a while in Section 9. He had a great game. He had a great season that year, and they had a good quarterback, Kenny Holland. But, I mean, that was right now, is that a good memory for you, that sophomore year when you guys were able to knock off Newburgh? Or?
That was a great memory. That was a great night. Newburgh was projected to go deep that year. They had a really good team, and we just put together a good game plan and just came out and got the job done. That was definitely one of my fondest memories as a Crusader. Then again, couldn't get the job done in the section finals. However, I think we might have took the idea of the triple option offense from that as, wow, this offense worked really well. We have the guys for it. Let's see if we can get it done this way too.
Yeah. Now, Mike, coming up, are you a throwing quarterback when you're coming up through youth, or are you kind of a dual threat?
Coming up, I kind of played more running back and linebacker, and then my freshman or 8th grade year, I called me up to freshman football because they didn't have a quarterback, and that's kind of how I started playing quarterback. My throwing mechanics, like, I've been working on it throughout the years, but I've mainly been a runner. I feel comfortable running the ball, but I've been working on throwing it, and definitely feel confident in throwing it now.
Jake, you have a fan here. What do you think? Jake, talk to us a little bit. There's a lot of tradition at Warwick too, right? The Spirit Trophy game goes back to the 1800s, man. It's crazy. Talk to us a little bit about wearing that number 44 jersey. That's a tradition at Warwick, and it's a very special honor for the player to pick to wear that jersey.
Yeah, I mean, it was an honor getting it handed down to me from Brian last year. You know, I came in my junior year. It was a weird year. You know, we came in the spring and we played, and he really helped me in the whole leadership part, like take care of like our team and build our team chemistry up, especially in a weird year like that. So that really helped. And I mean, last 2 weeks ago, we were able to get the job done for the first time in 3 years against Goshen. So that's definitely a game that's boosted our season so far.
Yeah, I was just looking up that, guys, this game that between both teams are going to be wearing gold laces in support of pediatric cancer. And there's a website that you can go to donate for pediatric cancer. Is go for the number 4, thegoal.org. It's going to be a great game on Friday night. And obviously you guys are also playing for a great cause. So, I mean, I don't know if you guys have any thoughts about that. Just you have the game, and you also have, another reason to play. So on Friday night,
we got the whole team in here.
I know, man. You guys got any thoughts on just playing for playing for pediatric cancer?
Yeah, I mean, it's great for, both teams. We're going out there and we're going to try our hardest to win, but at the same time, we're doing it for like kids in need. So it's a really great thing that we're doing.
It's kind of bounce off of what Jake said. I agree with him. Everything. Definitely anything to bring awareness to a cause. I definitely support that, and just excited to go out there and play.
Gold laces, guys. Do you normally just wear the normal white laces on your cleats, or do kids have different colors that they wear, or no?
Nah, it's really just kind of whatever, like the cleat you buy. It just comes with the laces. You usually wear those laces, but for this week we'll take those laces out and throw in the gold laces for pediatric cancer.
Nice. I guess we could just talk a little bit about what you think. Mike, we'll start with you. What do you think the keys are going to be for your team for this game? And like you said, Warwick is 3-0. Their offense seems to be rolling pretty strong. What do you think the keys are for Monroe on Friday night?
One of the keys definitely no turnovers on offense. Defense, like you said, Nick DeMarco is having a great season so far. Definitely holding passing yards down to a lower number, and really just being efficient and doing our jobs. Everyone has a responsibility, and if we do our responsibilities, then I expect a good outcome.
Nice. Jake, what do you think the keys for you guys are on Friday night?
I think one thing we got to do, with the whole triple option is stop the run. I mean, we know Michael can run it from last year, and we know they got plenty of other guys that can break out and make a big play happen out of nowhere. So that's really our main focus right now.
Who are the key guys up front for you, Jake, that have to be, because in the triple option, you really have to have everybody on the same page. You have to keep everybody has to be on the same assignment. They say at Army when they're playing it, if one person's off, then the defense could have a long day. What do you think? Who are the guys up front that are going to be key for you guys?
We got Matthew Amatero. He's a senior returning nose guard for us. I mean, he's really done a great job, and he's really probably been the most improved player since he stepped in the door last year. We got Alex Negersmith on the outside. He's a junior defensive end, first year playing DN for us this year, and he's really done a great job in the first 3 games. So we're going to see what he can do also.
Gotcha. Hey, Mike, just talk about your guys up front. I mean, obviously in the triple option, it's not just the skilled players. It's the 5 that are blocking and creating those holes up front. Talk to us a little bit about your line.
Like you said, in the triple option, one guy messes up the whole play. But the line this year it's kind of a new group. We have one returning starter, Danny Alexandra, who's also a captain. Him and Romeo, Danny plays center, Romeo plays right guard. They definitely have a strong bond, and the rest of the line have good bonds together. And I think that helps us out with communication and chemistry. And each week they've just been getting used to working with each other, and I think they're gonna come out and have a great performance this week.
You guys are, I think, you're popular here. You're getting a lot of feedback from your teammates. We talked about what it is to play for both of these teams, right? And just maybe we talked a little bit about also what it feels like to be back in kind of a normal as it can get football season, right? And talk about the camaraderie between the teammates. And I mean, I don't know if you're having pizza parties or pasta parties or anything like that, or can hang out fully as a team, but it's got to feel like it's getting a little bit back to normal, right, Mike? A little bit back to normal this season?
A little bit back to normal. I mean, it's not a 6-game season this year. We actually have a real season, playoffs. We're allowed to travel however far we want. Last Saturday we went 2 hours to play a game. We were having pasta parties like the night before the game, but what happened with Valley Central, they got COVID from a pasta party, so that got shut down. But no, it's definitely getting back to normal, and we're starting to feel like, again, normal again.
Yeah. How does it feel to be back, Jake? You have fans. I know I've been to a couple of your games. You've had a pretty good attendance at your games to root you guys on. How has that felt to have the fans back, so to speak?
It's great. Something we were probably every team in Section 9 and all over the country was missing last year was having your fans in your community like behind you every Friday night, Saturday afternoon, whatever it is. So yeah, it's really they've really helped us out on the field. When the environment gets hyped up, it's easier to play football.
Yeah, you got the DJ there too, right, for the game, Jake? I know he's spinning some old tunes, he's spinning some new stuff a little bit, and really seems to get the crowd involved. And Mike, what do you think about playing a road game, kind of just to get your Class AA season started? I know, well, you had to go 2 hours last week. It's a lot shorter of a bus ride this week, right?
I'll definitely take Warwick over a 2-hour drive, but we're kind of gonna have to get used to it. We had 3 home games, lost the one with Valley Central getting COVID, so we only have 2 home games now. So I think being on the road, the guys are pretty much used to it. Haven't been home yet, so it's kind of like a routine now.
Gotcha. Jake, you got any pregame rituals or superstitions? Do you do anything before each game, or have you gotten back into something like that now that you have, you're going to play almost every Friday night?
No, it's just anytime before the game when the music's playing, whatever music's playing, it's just like when it's go time, it's go time. I think everyone gets excited. On both teams. You're finally back under the lights, so it's great.
I think that might be one of your teammates, Mike, that asked they better not play any country music in Warwick. I no, there's no country music that's played pregame, right, Jake?
Not that country over here.
No, it's not right. There's no Florida Georgia line or anything like that. So, Mike, just to wrap this up, we really appreciate you guys coming on. This has been fun. What are you looking forward to maybe the most coming up on Friday night?
Just being able to play, a couple months or in the beginning of the spring, I didn't even think we were going to have a season. So every time I get the opportunity to play, I'm just grateful for it. Gotcha.
How about you, Jake?
Yeah, it's the same thing that Mike said. After last year, you're kind of grateful for everything you got at this point. And so far this season's just been great.
Should be a good one Friday night at Warwick. I think it's 7:00 kick. 3-0 Warwick versus Monroe-Woodbury's 0-2, but a couple tough games to start the season, looking to get their first win. Guys, really appreciate your time. Thanks so much for jumping on tonight.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.